Namaste, crypto aficionados and my fellow capitalists. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm back again. And guys, Bitcoin right now, today as I speak, is 22,267. We have pushed past the 22,000 mark. I hope we can sustain it. Can we sustain it? I do not know. Micro indicators are not that great, but let's see. Let's talk about it. I want to go into this. So Ethereum is at 1,458, right? A good 27% increase over the week. And then we have BNB at 260, increased by 13% over the week. XRP at 36 cents. Okay, Cardano at 47 cents. Solana 42.25. Dogecoin 0.06. Polkadot at 749. I want to talk about Polygon, but I think I will do a video about Polygon because I made a video a couple of weeks back and I was saying that the best crypto investment that you could make, right, is Polygon and Sphere, right? Polygon and Sphere Finance. So that was a month back, right? And the writing is on the wall, guys, because the partnerships that they have been doing and Sphere has been doing with Polygon, they have just been building and building and building. It's crazy. You got to look into that, if you have not looked into it yet. Okay, so I'm here to tell you what are the projects that you got to look into, right? That's my job. Your job is to find out whether is it really good or not, right? You have to do the due diligence. So I want to talk about Tsuka. And Tsuka, I was talking to you about Tsuka like 6 days ago, and it's already 1.8 cents, guys. Okay, so I told you that I will be buying it, and I did. I bought it at around 1 cent, and then later when it went down to around about 6, I also bought some at 0.006. So I've already doubled, right, my amount. I've already made my money, right? But I'm not selling it right now because I like this community. I like what it stands for. Is this Ryoshi's coin? Is this the Shiba Inu's founder coin? It very, very highly likely it is, right? But can I be 100% sure? No, I can't, right? But I just feel that after a long time in the crypto community, I've seen something where people are talking about meditation, people are talking about compassion, people are talking about the light, people are talking about all these things, and this is what we need. This is what we need. The world needs this. So the community is everything, right? The community will decide where the coin goes, whether the coin is going to fly or the coin is going to be dumped like crazy. That is the community to decide. Look at Bitcoin, right? The reason why Bitcoin is where it is not at $1,000 is because the holders are holding. They're not selling. They say we are not going to sell, right? That is why Bitcoin can maintain its price. If the OGs and the holders, the hodlers, decide to sell, then there will be, Bitcoin's price will be, will be gone to hell, right? So this is what it is. The community is very, very important. And let's take a look at the Ryoshi's journal, the latest journal entry, right? So the Ryoshi's journal, the latest entry, right, is, remember this, friends. We walk together, shoulder to shoulder. I have climbed this mountain before. The vision is the same. The blueprint has not changed. One thing has changed. All leaders have become drunk on power. Greed, selfishness, and their sphere of influence has strayed away from the core roots of what got us there. They claim to still be in contact. They use my influence or old power, they say, in ways that is not righteous. If you decide to join this new army, this Sangha is like an association, right? You must have faith. The evidence is there. I will not be forced to step away from my vision or blueprint to what took this alt meme market to another level once before. Please know I hold the blueprint, but each of you has a pencil and later a pen to finalize this. So I think he means that that we are the ones who can cast it onto stone. You can cast it in a pencil that can be erased, and later it'll be cast is using a pen, right? Which is very hard to erase. I don't know. This is what I think, right? If you come here to leech, to spread falsehood, to gain fame because your sphere of influence is fading, look in the mirror and ask yourself why you are in this position. You will be exiled or walk shoulder to shoulder with us, right? So it's awesome, right? What he's saying. And also the community has grown, has really grown. I've seen the community, it's already 1,800 over in their Telegram group. And when I went in, it was like 1,003, 1,004. It's not meant, I mean, it's growing, it's growing, and people are coming in, and people are realizing that once the Shiba army comes in, once the Shiba army, the floodgates are open, once they realize that, okay, this could be something here, that their leader, is doing something great, right? And one thing about this Shiba thing, what I wanted to also tell you before I forget. So, one thing that, that I didn't like was that Shiba Inu major developer trolls Litecoin and Litecoin responds, So, Satoshi Kusama, lead developer and one of the main actors of the Shiba Inu project, recently addressed Bloomberg Business with a request to stop referring to Litecoin as the third option after Bitcoin and Ethereum when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Litecoin did not stand aside and responded to Kusama's mockery with a mark that Litecoin should be first on the list. Satoshi was saying, someone tell, at business, which is Bloomberg, to stop showing Litecoin as the third option to Bitcoin and ETH, and Litecoin says, you're right, it should be the first. So, it's not nice. Litecoin has been around, I think, since 2011, and there is no downtime for Litecoin, right? It's working, it's fast. And when in 2017, when BTC was expensive to transfer, right, the fees were high, we all use Litecoin. I mean, many of us use Litecoin. That's where we discovered Litecoin, and it's faster than Bitcoin. And Litecoin is going to be, I feel, the money of the future, the people's money, because Bitcoin will be too expensive for normal people to afford, right? So this is one thing. What the point I'm trying to make is that Shiba is with these kind of things, with these kind of statements, probably there is something that is going on, right, with the developers, so Ryoshi didn't really feel good, right, being there, right? If you have developers, looking down on a coin that's been around since 2011 with no downtime, and it works fast and it's awesome, right? Something is not right somewhere. Okay, so moving on. So the next important thing that I think that I want to share with you guys is this Medium article, right, by Arthur Hayes. So the whole Medium article that he's written is pretty long and very technical. So the Daily Hodl has done a very good summary of what the article was, that the Medium post was. So I'm going to read it from here. Okay, so this will give you an idea, okay, of what can happen, okay, and what it means for Bitcoin, right? So former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes says he expects Bitcoin to bottom out and quickly recover, as he predicts the Federal Reserve will once again inject trillions of dollars to the financial system. Okay, the crypto capitalist says that he's keeping a close watch on how the Japanese yen and the euro perform against the US dollar. Okay, right now, okay, the US dollar is getting very strong, right? The US dollar and the rest of the countries, especially Europe and Japan, are having their currencies getting weaker, right? Because they can't export from Russia. They have already isolated Russia, right? And since they are allies, they have to they have formed a coalition, and they say, no, we will keep Russia out. So at the expense of their inflation, and very high inflation for their country and for the people, right? So they need an intervention. Europe and Japan needs US intervention, because US is still strong, economy is still strong, and what they want is an intervention, which means that the Fed printing money, and printing money means Bitcoin numbers going up, right? I'll tell you why. Okay, see, so Europe and the European Union and Japan, what they like to do is called the yield curve control, and it's an act of expanding monetary supply to purchase bonds and reduce yields in an effort to weaken a nation's fiat currency. Okay, this is what they do. So usually Japan and EU are happy to have a weak yen or euro versus the rest of the developed world. It allows their export industries to gain market share, because if their money is weak, we can export from them cheaper than other countries. So they want their money to be weaker, so their exports do well, right? But because of the surging inflation, it has made it very challenging for the citizens of Japan and EU to afford everyday expenses. Due to the food and fuel inflation experienced post-COVID and the cancelling of Russian commodity exports, their plebes are now facing the harsh downsides of having a weak currency. Okay, it is becoming more and more expensive to eat, move around, and heat and cool their dwellings, because they cannot get cheap Russian gas, right? They are in trouble, right? In Spain, I was watching the other day. There's a heat wave in Spain right now, and people cannot even switch on their air conditioners because it's too expensive, and they are just getting roasted in their houses. It's so hot, right? But they cannot own. It's too expensive. So this is what I mean, okay? And if Hayes says that if America is determined to defeat Russia through economic sanctions, the US must find a way to weaken the dollar against the Japanese yen and the euro. Okay, and at the direction of the US Treasury, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York trading desk could print USD, buy Japanese yen or euro, and purchase Japanese government bonds or EU bonds, parking them in exchange stabilization fund on its balance sheet. Okay, so when price of bond goes up, the yields goes down, and this weakens the currency. So this is what they want, right? They want US to buy their bonds, right? So yields go down, the currency is weakened, their exports go up. It's their exports can go up. So that's what they want. And should the US switch the money printers back on to support its allies, Hayes says the increase in liquidity will eventually find its way to Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Like I've spoken before in my other videos, the money, once the printer goes brrr, the printing machines go brrr, the money will start going into the bond market, into the stock market, and it will come to the crypto market because it's cheap. Money is cheap. The printer is on. The money is flooding and it's cheap, right? So people will spend, right? Banks will start spending on investing and all that, and people have confidence and all that. Okay, so with more fiat liquidity sloshing through the system, risk assets, which include cryptocurrencies, will find their bottom and quickly begin to recover, as investors discover the central bank financial asset market put has been activated. Okay, so this is bullish if this happens, right? Which I think it will. Probably the next round of meeting, they might just increase one more time, and after that, Q3, I think in September, October, right before the midterms, I think we will see the high probability of the cheap money coming back into the system again. And once they do that, this is what we are calling it the last hurrah. It's supposed to happen last year. So I think the last hurrah will happen, and then Bitcoin will go crazy, right? Parabolic, right? So this is just one possibility, but I think it's a high possibility, right? Because if you look at game theory, this is a few things that they can do. This is the best option for them, right? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. And the last thing I want to talk about is USDC, right? And after the debacle of the UST, the Terra Luna stablecoin UST, we all have had a lot of trust issues with stablecoins, right? We saw Tron depegging, and there's a lot of hoo-ha about, is stablecoins really stable? So what USDC, right, which is owned by Circle, right, what they are doing is that they are trying to be transparent, and they are trying to show us how much they have, and they have done that. And the USDC reserve, they are saying, is held solely in cash and 3-month US treasuries, and held in segregated accounts for the benefit of the USDC holders, and is entirely separate from Circle's operations. This is good, right? The USDC reserve is subject to all the same protections under US state and federal law as afforded to other large-scale payments innovators entrusted by millions of customers with tens of billions of dollars of customers' assets. Okay, they also say that they have secured third-party monthly attestations to the sufficiency of the reserve and its composition from a leading global accounting firm, as well as ensured that the USDC reserve is fully audited as part of Circle's annual financial statement audit. Right? Circle's audits contained within our public SEC filings are available, right? And so it's been audited, right? We have, I think a lot of people also have been talking about USDT, that whether Tether has the amount of reserve assets that it claims it has. They have been quite sketchy and a bit shady in that sense. Okay, because there was this lawyer who said that I have verified everything, but to what extent that Bitfinex and Tether have that reserves, we do not know. Okay, but USDC is coming out and telling, hey, look, I'm doing audits, I'm getting third party attestations, right, to show you that I really have what I claim. And so even you can see here, they have shown you, right, as of June 30th, right, the total USDC in circulation is 55 billion, okay, and the USDC held in reserve assets is 55 billion also, right? So there is whatever is in circulation, they do have that. If they don't have that, means it has no value, right? So you could read this and then so keep your stable coins in good stable coins. I would say USDC and DAI. These are the two really good ones, and the ones that I trust. The rest, I don't know. The rest are still they've not really shown how much they have, whether they have that assets to back their tokens, right? So guys, let me know what you think about about this show. Please give me a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. I want to grow my channel. I need your support, and let me know what gems are you looking at so I can take a look at that. And I just want to say thank you and namaste.